What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NFL video with your boy. We are on week 7. Excited to get into this week. As you guys know, early on in the week, we do the first look lineup build, which is what we're about to do right now, where we put a lineup together on kind of the early look of the slate. And then Friday, when I do the full slate breakdown, we'll go position by position and talk about everybody that we like. But in this video, we're pretty much just going to focus on the guys that we put in the first look lineup, build a lineup together, and send you on your way for the week. As you know, uh, I do a giveaway every single week on this channel, so make sure you hit up the comment section. Make sure you drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel and comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. All right, with that being said, let's get straight into the first look lineup. Now, starting off at quarterback, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. Dak Prescott is back, and you already know he wants to prove some people wrong. You know what I mean? Like Dallas fans, they're you guys know how Dallas fans are. You know they're just wishy washy. Whoever's doing good, then they love him and they want Dak to leave. And if Dak's doing great, they love Dak and he's the best quarterback in the world. Dak Prescott coming back is I understand that Dallas has been doing good with this backup quarterback. But Dak coming back definitely is a bump to everyone. A bump to the Dallas offense is a bump to just everyone, period. This is a great matchup against Detroit. I absolutely love Dak at home here. He's coming back with a vengeance. He's going to put up a very solid performance at home in a dome. You guys know I love that. I love Dak Prescott. Let's go ahead and go to his receiver I'm pairing him with. I love pairing him with his boy CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee's about to have a huge game here, y'all. I absolutely love this spot here. With Jeff Okudah most likely being on like an out perimeter guy like Gallup or Noah Brown when he's in sometimes, CeeDee Lamb's going to move to the slot a lot, and he's going to have a great matchup, a great plus matchup. So Dak Prescott paired up with CeeDee Lamb. Absolutely love that pairing. I don't have a full confidence on who to run back on the Detroit side, so I don't have any run back in this first look lineup, but I do love Dak and CeeDee Lamb together for sure. At running back, Josh Jacobs and Kenneth Walker are my two top guys I really, really love here. Josh Jacobs is in a fantastic spot against Houston. I don't need to explain this much. Josh Jacobs has had a fantastic year this year. Now he's going against a horrible run D of Houston. It's a fantastic spot for Josh Jacobs to really shine in this matchup. Kenneth Walker the third is the bell cow for Seattle. Plain and simple. He is the bell cow for Seattle. He is a fantastic option this week going against a Chargers squad that outside of this last week against Denver, who they just, there wasn't a ton of running the ball to begin with. Chubb 28, Pierce 28, Robinson 23. I mean, they've just been one of the worst run defenses in the entire league. Expect Seattle to really try to get that run game going. Kenneth Walker to get another over 20 carries. I love Kenneth Walker. He's a bell cow running back option at 5'8". I love him. All right. At the wide receiver spot, I've been able to spend up for my. I landed on this as a spend up option. You can do whatever you want, but Michael Pittman Jr. sticks out to me because Tennessee's given up the second most fantasy points to wide receiver. They're coming off of their bye, so maybe they were able to tweak something. If you feel like they were, then don't do it. But they're giving up the second most fantasy points to wide receivers, especially perimeter wide receivers, and that's where Pittman really is going to line up predominantly. Him and I have a couple Colts guys because Tennessee's been so bad. We've got Alec. Let me see. Where is he at? Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce sticks out to me as well. He's going to run 90% on the perimeter, and that's where Tennessee has really struggled. But overall, they've given up the second most fantasy points. So Alec Pierce at only 4.6 in a fantastic position here. I absolutely love Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman. I think they're both going to do amazing. I think Pittman's going to once again get a ton of targets. Same thing with Pierce. It's just a solid spot going against a team who struggles against wide receivers, and especially perimeter wide receivers, where Pittman will line up on the perimeter 75+% of the time, and Alec Pierce will be over 90%. So even if you don't spend up for Pittman, I think Alec Pierce is fantastic value on this slate at 4.6. At the tight end spot, I really love my boy Evan Ingram this week. Evan Ingram really sticks out to me here, man, because he has really been getting some solid targets last few weeks. 10 targets and 6 targets the last 2 weeks. Love Evan Ingram. I think he's in a solid spot, and just as a value tight end, most of the time I'm either grabbing a big tight end or I'm spending up. Evan Ingram, cheap tight end, or I'm spending up. Evan Ingram at only 3-3 is in a beautiful position here. Going against the Giants, who kind of have struggled against tight end a little bit. Gave up a good bit to Mark Andrews last week, so the only like solid tight ends that they've faced is Andrews, and they've given up a good amount of fantasy points to him. Expect Jacksonville to really target Evan Ingram, and I really like him at 3-3. But this is a spot that you can play around with, obviously. Um, Next up, I love the Jets defense as my value defense this week. Let's see if it'll work. Oh, no, still doesn't. Okay, anyway. I like the Jets defense as my defense this week. Denver has just been so bad, man. I mean, they're just horrible. And so the Jets are just, they have so much life on their team right now. I just think with the amount of excitement they have on this team and how they've been playing lately, that defense is probably going to give Wilson some issues. Sauce Gardner was an amazing college cornerback, and he has been amazing in the pros. It's just, once again, it's just a cheap defense to really get you going. And then also the correlation is nice because I love Brees Hall at the flex. Brees Hall at the flex is a guy I really love. We're talking ball hog once again for the low 6K range. It's kind of like Kenneth Walker. Both these guys and Josh Jacobs, all these guys are going to be bell cows, going to get a ton of rushing potential. Brees Hall got over 20 carries last week. Again, I expect the same type of thing. Eckler just dropped over 24. Josh Jacobs himself dropped over 37 against this Denver team. With the Jets defense, it just correlates really beautifully. So really love the first look lineup video. First look lineup this week. We were able to go right through it pretty quickly. Short, straight to the point video. As I said, Friday we'll go position by position and break down every position that we're interested in and really get into the slate. But for the first look lineup, we got Dak Prescott making his comeback at home. You know he wants to go out and ball. There's been a lot of shit talk with this backup having so much success. A lot of people talking shit. Dak Prescott should come back and have a fantastic game. Love pairing him with CeeDee Lamb. Josh Jacobs against Houston, just fantastic matchup for him here, and he has been a beast this year. Kenneth Walker the third should get a ton of run once again, 20 plus carries. Amazing matchup for him again at only 5'8". Like I said, CD paired with Dak Prescott. Michael Pittman is just kind of I landed on that 7-4 at wide receiver. You can play with the Michael Pittman spot. You can play with Evan Ingram spot all you want. I love Alec Pierce. I'll be sticking with him a lot this week. Like I said, he runs 90% in the perimeter, and Titans have just been horrible against perimeter receivers. Their corners have struggled. They're giving up the second most fantasy points to wide receiver in general, and which is why I ended up saying, you know what, I'll go ahead and get Pittman too, because when it comes to highest targeted receivers in the league, he's up there with the top. He's so heavily targeted by Matt Ryan, and I talked about it in the beginning of the season. Like, look, Matt Ryan likes to focus in on his number one and really target the hell out of him, and he is. He's targeting Michael Pittman a ton, and the dude's just elite. He feels really, really safe going against the second worst defense versus wide receivers. Him and Alec Pierce are just fantastic. Evan Ingram is kind of just, I fell on that price as well. Pittman and Ingram are kind of just plug plays. Evan Ingram is in a position where he should be targeted a good bit once again. He's just a cheapish option at tight end that in a position I don't love. So I do like Evan Ingram as a value, as a salary saver. At 6'2", Brees Hall is the workhorse for the Jets, and because we have the Jets defense as well, it just correlates beautifully. If a defense is having a great game, then that means they're holding the other offense in check, and that means the run game is heavy on their side on the offensive side. So, love Brees Hall and the Jets D, and it just kind of finishes us out in a beautiful spot, man. Good luck to everyone. Let's kill it this week. I will see y'all in the final breakdown when we do the full slate breakdown on Friday. And let's get this money, y'all. Peace.